Okay, I'm thinking maybe we get some silver or something. I don't know. I'm interested. I'm interested in getting a little bit of silver. I think that would be nice. Let's get some of these frost potions. Let's also bring pickaxe. Pickaxes. And I'll have a good amount of rested. It's gonna be raining, unfortunately, but that's okay. Hopefully no blizzard here. That would be wonderful. I do have unfortunate spring allergies, so I might have to sort of clip this up. Let's actually mark this on the map. Yeah, I might have to clip this up. Might not. We'll see how it goes. I feel pretty good today. I've sort of mega caffeinated myself with top quality loose leaf Assam tea. One of my favorites. Or, no, it's East Frisian. East Frisian style. The East Frisians actually drink the most tea in the world per capita. And I had a opportunity to buy a little loose leaf thing for like $5 at my local fancy tea spot, like real close to me. It's awesome. And man, that shit, I brew it strong and it is fucking strong. But the flavor is undeniable. It's so good. I still have a little bit left, but I'm caffeinated up and I'm ready. I'm ready to game. I'm ready to get some silver. Yes. I want some silver. I think I'm just going to pop one and then sail the hell out from the hilly area. I really, really just want... Is that a goal? What's that sound? Just wind? I really just want the core essentials at the moment. Like, I am going to get more stuff, but I want basics. I want the silver shield. I want the chopping table for the butcher's table. And some other simple stuff. Whatever I can get out of that. Let's use the... I don't like how close he is. Even if he's, like, relatively far away. I'm not interested. There we go. Love that. Love that. Let's get down and, you know, break this up with the bronze pickaxe. Oh, shit. I'm gonna need to chop this with the fuck. Oh, man. I didn't bring an axe. That's my mistake. I always bring an axe when you do this. Well, at the very least, I can get rid of, like, stones like this. And I can break apart the majority of the silver, or the soft rock that's around. Nothing's aggroed. Okay, cool. I won't be able to pop this one, but that's fine. I'll just come back with an axe. I might have to brew more frost res because I only have so much, but that shan't be an issue. Yeah, we got this tree as well. Yeah. So, Clair Obscure Expedition 33, the French party turn-based RPG. Basically a JRPG, but it's an FRPG, you know? JRPG basically means, I know it stands for Japanese RPG, but it basically means party-based, turn-based RPG. Like them good old Final Fantasies. But this one is interesting. There's so many gimmicks about it that I'm worried. You know, it's going off of Final Fantasy X's battle system. I did some research into the numbers on the most recent game that got hyped up for having a 10-esque battle system. There's Chained Echoes. What did that do? Well, Final Fantasy X has done in total 21.1 million copies sold so far. And that's with the PC port being garbage, from what I've heard. So, it did numbers for itself. Good job, Final Fantasy X. You did well. You did have a bunch of support for being on a new console, and oh boy, did you get a lot of support for being a very aesthetically looking game at first glance. Also coming right after 9, which is still the best Final Fantasy in the series. So it had major advantages in its sales. However, So many people online seem to say, oh, well, oh, that 10 battle system. That 10 battle system is so good. I don't know about this ATB stuff. I want the 10 battle system. Okay, well, we look at Chained Echoes. That has a similar battle system to 10. How many of that's old? You know, it's been out for like a few, no, maybe like a year and a half now. What'd that sell? 250,000 copies? 250,000 copies. I'm sure that's pretty decent for an indie dev. And it's not like it was like a $70 release or whatever. But, I mean, we're just looking at copies sold, right? Oh, another Drake trophy. Holy shit. Yeah, that's not the best, let's say, for a game that's been hyped up on every indie and or turn-based channel that I've seen for the past, like, year and a half, ever since it came out, ever since it was in development. That's actually quite devastating. So, yeah, turns out, no, actually the 10 battle system doesn't sell. Even if you don't have swapping party members, you have more party members to work with, and more base actions to work with. At the very start, where most gamers would be sold on it, you have more to work with relative to the start of 10, to the start of Chained Echoes, and it didn't do nearly as well as the numbers would suggest. If that game, Final Fantasy X, sold off of the battle system and not just people looking at story, people looking at the success of the PS2, which was fucking groundbreaking, and people looking at the fact that it was like very aesthetic. It's like, oh, we got a scrappy blonde hair parted to the side and laid down main character who seems rather chipper, and you know, it's like, oh, that's the main character. Oh, it seems familiar. Seems familiar to this incredible game that we just made. So yeah, it's just Final Fantasy didn't have a lot going for it to make it sell that much, and a lot of gamers on the turn-based side are they describe themselves in a way that's just completely nonsensical as gamers. Like the way that they appreciate games, or that they like games, it's very much like story only. And it's like, my God, you have to like play the game, like. And I've gone over like all of this separated into a bunch of different episodes before. Like the way that gamers tend to portray themselves and how they appreciate games can really show you. It can really tell you a lot, and see how little you have to take some of them seriously. And man, I mean, 21.1 million compared to 250K. I think that says everything you need to know. That a lot of people are bullshitting, and a lot of people obviously bullshit when it comes to 16.7 Rebirth, so it doesn't surprise me that people would bullshit about whatever nostalgic fave game that would ever come out, or has been out, or what have you. Like, yeah, people would bullshit about that. They bullshit about anything. And especially when nostalgia is so deeply involved. Like, I'm not surprised. Not surprised at all. But the fun thing about this is, because Chained Echoes did so poorly compared to what it should have, given what people say about a 10 battle system, and showcasing, I mean, the relative hype in that community that Chained Echoes had. It's like, damn, you had something, kind of, but didn't work out. The people spoke with their wallets, And, yeah, no, didn't do too hot. But also, people spoke with their wallets about 16 and 7 Rebirth. And especially with the PC release, oh boy, they ain't doing too hot either. And there's really no excuse for that. It's 7 Rebirth. I know it's like, yeah, people already know what the game is gonna be about, and if it's for them already. Same with 16. But looking at the reviews, positive and negative, there were a lot of people that didn't know what the fuck was going on. They went into this blind, and they're like, oh, surely this Square Enix PC port is gonna bring me just unfettered quality and joy that it's never not happened before. Like, I don't know. I'm beating a dead horse in that regard at the moment. Yeah, it's a fucking joke that they went into them blind, but all the more relevant to the almost like non-gamer aspect to some of these guys, especially when I talk about the exercise in representing or trying to sell your favorite game or favorite game genre or subgenre, like I did a few episodes ago, without mentioning other games or other game genres. It's like, oh, we got a raid. Now this is interesting. Which one is this? Skeletons and Draugr. Okay, that's pretty easy. I actually needed I needed entrails, so this ain't too bad. What else we got here? I know the hogs and such are freaking out, but I need to see if there are any like Draugr far away or what have you. There's one over here. I'm perfectly fine drawing them over here. Is that an archer? I can't tell. Did I max this? I did. No wonder it's so strong. Oh yeah, I might as well just go for ad gear levels. I've got so many bow levels. I could probably 1-2 a Draugr. I wouldn't be shocked. Come here. Oh yeah, no problem. Trophy, that's fine. Skeleton trophy. Very good. I want all these bones, I want all these entrails. I really hope the hogs aren't freaking... They don't look like they're freaking out too much, so I don't think there's anything on the other side. It doesn't look like it. But yeah, the point of my yapping about, like, the failures of, certain RPGs and, their weird community insistence that, no, actually, this is the way that they should be made, even though they suck ass and obviously the sales relatively, and just overall showcase as much, is that I get to look at Clair Obscur Expedition 33. What a mouthful of a name. I get to look at that game, and if it succeeds, I get to say, look, Square Enix and everybody that said turn-based was dead. A, suck my nuts, Baldur's Gate 3 Game of the Year not too long ago, and sold shit-toning millions of copies, okay? Get fucked. And B, okay? B, all of these top classics are still being turn-based. Like, you can't go back in time and say, oh, well, you know, these turn-based games didn't do that well. No, the numbers are there. They did fucking phenomenally. And they put Square Enix on the goddamn map. They put the entire genre on the fucking map. And so, if you're gonna make a modern one, just make it like the best one you got. Unfortunately, Clair Obscur is not made like that. So if it does poorly, I get to say, look, you made a game that was very similar to JRPGs that were middling, that weren't the best, that were mediocre, and you made a mediocre game that didn't sell well because of that. Your vision was limited from the get-go. And so if they fail, I get to say, ha, I don't know what you guys were thinking. And if it does well, I get to look at Square and I get to say, ha, I don't know what you guys are thinking. And it's a beautiful thing for me, personally. I want that game to do well. I want it to do well because I'm more interested in putting a new middle finger up to Square because they don't know what they're doing. And honestly, if the MMO scene was better and there were like much better alternatives to 14 regularly, even though that game is slowly starting to die now, I would be so pleased. I would be so pleased to see Square just dwindle away into nothingness because they have their head up their ass and they're not making more Final Fantasy IX like games, or they're not even making more Final Fantasy IV like games, more Final Fantasy V, 6, 7 like games. It's a shit show over there. And, well, you abandon us, we're gonna, okay, fine. I'm chilling. You know what? I'm even chilling playing these action games. But guess what? You're gonna have to make an action game, a new IP, and make it well. And you did, for a while. You made Kingdom Hearts, and Kingdom Hearts 2 was golden. And some of those other ones, DS game. KH, 358 over 2 days, pretty cool. Recoded had some good ideas in it, even if it was basically a filler experience. Pretty solid things lying in those games. But again, you didn't stick to 2FM, did you? So I don't know what we expect here. I should have stuck to 2FM, man. Damn, you had it. You had gold, and you decided, well, let's experiment again. Or you can just stick to gold and make money and have everybody be happy. How hard is that? Jesus Christ. So yeah, I play weird games. I play different games from what you would expect from a hard line ass, intense ass talking JRPG fan. You would not expect somebody like this to have this many hours in Elden Ring and Valheim. You would never expect that. And yet here I am. I'm just looking for a good game with some nice level of combat depth. And if you provide me a dev with some good entries in a certain genre or subgenre or both, that's what I'm expecting. And if you can't do that, and you also can't deliver on just the flat out game promise, the good game promise, I'm gonna go haywire about whatever dev. Doesn't matter. It could be Square. It could be whatever weird indie game dev that wants to put out, weird shit like Sea of Stars or Chained Echoes. You try to put out some sort of weird nostalgia and it's like pure turn-based. Like, bro, ATB is right there. It's right there. You think you're more iconic than Final Fantasy 4, 5, 6, 7, and 9? Go take a fucking hike. You're not. In terms of the JRPG scene, you're just not. There's no shot. Give me a break. And so yeah, I'm much more excited for Elden Ring Night Rain, as questionable as that might be. I'm much more excited for that compared to Clair Obscura. And yet I still want that game to do well. But regardless of what happens, I get to laugh and I get to enjoy. So I'll be taking a good gander at that community. I'll be taking a good gander on how the community reacts. Oh, it's going to be good. It's going to be real good. And that silver pop was real good. Alright, let's get this shit in here quick. I don't want it to be nighttime. Although it might be soon. I think I'll be okay. The portal's really close. Okay, let's drop the stone out of the inventory. Holy shit, 17 ore. Alright. We got a good amount of mats here. Stone and more stone, okay. Holy fuck, 86. That's actually the average. 86 is about the average, so. Alright, it's about to hit night. Let's get out of here now. In fact, let's pop Bike Theory in advance. Just to be safe, because... yeah, it just hit nighttime. This shit is fucking dangerous. I probably should have left early. Carefully now. Let's get the hell out of here. Alright, huge success. That is 86 silver. In fact, I could probably go and pop another one and bring it to that chest. That is an enormous success. Let's see now. I can probably just fuel it, yeah. And then these cones I believe I have in here. Well, yeah, there is a lot of depth that I could go in talking about Clair Obscur Expedition 33. I have my notes to the side. I got my core stuff out of the way, just fundamentally. It does look like it's going to be laden with gimmicks instead of just trying to make a system that's really good. It's going to be a combination of systems, and it's just like gimmick central, and that's what I'm really worried about, because those gimmicks are really just about nostalgia and trying to say, look, we don't like turn-based, let's make turn-based palatable. And that was already done to great success. Just do it like just do it like the classics. Like, if you're gonna take all of these gimmicks from other games, just do what did the best. I don't understand. It's like, you know, games with their division, they want to do it how they want to do it. Okay, fair. Fine. They do it how they want to do it. Fair. But Chained Echoes did it how they wanted to do it. And the community looked like they were going to support it a lot. And everybody was gassing it up. And people were gassing it up like it was similar to the other games, and it sold 250k. Didn't do too hot. So, you know, I don't know, man. It just seems like a lot of people want turn-based ATB. Like, there are a lot of people who look at 7 Rebirth relative to 16 and say, look, it's a great combination of action and ATB. And then there are a lot of people who don't like 7 Rebirth who say, man, it could have just been turn-based. But ATB comes with it comes with it. It's like, not quite baggage, but there is an implication. So I do believe that there is a big there's a big interest in AT. Oh, look at these duplicates on the onions. Woo! Oh! Yo! Oh my god! It doesn't stop! Holy shit, how many duplicates was that on the onions? Like 7? That is unreal. What the hell? Okay, so 30. I guess I can plant 25. It's fine to have surplus onions because of salad later, but wow. I'll plant 25. Twenty, 2, 3, 4. This is tricky because the rocks are a little close. So let's do that one there. That's 25. Now we can make the onion soup. And turnips. We got some duplicates on those. But I'll just plant. How many do I want? I'll just go for 15 like usual. And carrots, we just plant all these, I'm pretty sure. Got one duplicate on them. Yeah. That's all those. Although it's a little close to that. The carrot might die. I'm going to need to get some resin and replace that just for mob despawning purposes. But yeah, literally the only complaint about ATB that I've seen is it's slow. Fucking speed it up then. Like, that's not a default to have. And, you know, I've already talked in episode 1 of the Beyond Bronze Baron series that, okay, you did that, you know, you have ATB, it's slow, it's slower, you gotta wait more. You get so much more reward out of it, though, than a standard turn-based. So much more. And I feel like, you know, again, I've said this before, but to me, it is game journal level that people don't understand. Whenever somebody obviously misrepresents the clear-cut strategy that ATB with standby and wait, you know, wait active quality of life gives you, as just saying, oh, you just, you know, you wait and then you hit a button to attack and that's all you do. It's like, you're worse at gaming than game journalists. Like, you can't jump in Mario. You can't, like, jump off somebody's head in Mario. Like, you suck. Like, that's horrible that you don't understand the implicit benefit of ATB. It's a ridiculous statement to hear. And, oh my god. Can't get much worse than that. But I'll reiterate the idea. It's literally just custom combos. You keep somebody on standby, something happens, whether it's on your end or the enemy's end. Either it's proactive or reactive, and then you can reorder the people who act on the fly to whatever you need to do or want to do. If you're being flashy and you want to overkill something. How simple is it? How simple of an understanding is that? Very obviously, the benefit is shown. It's like, oh, well, I can stack debuffs in order. I can stack debuffs and then lay on damage in order on the fly. I can stack different types of damage because I know that there might be a phase transition attack coming in. I can stack these buffs in order because I know that something's going to happen and I want to have things in this order. It's all about custom combos and convenience in ordering that you don't get in any other system of like JRPG, RPG. You don't get that unless it's action co-op. You don't get that type of freedom in ordering and creativity and skill in ordering. Doesn't happen, period. I'm going to go through my carrot soup before I get to the onion soup. Doesn't happen. Even when you get to really complicated, really in-depth, skillful experiences like a Baldur's Gate 3, you still don't get custom ordering because there's a set initiative. Even when you have so many different ways to change up and influence the order, even though it is quote-unquote, would be set in like Final Fantasy X, like you have quick hit, and haste, hastega, and sloga, like you have these things that can modify the turn order. The turn order is then still set. You modify it, but it's set. You don't need to act in a certain way in order to have freedom of customizing combos and ultimately having this huge skill-based freedom of opportunity to just engage with X, Y, and Z different encounters. Be they a regular encounter that you get an unfortunate back attack on, a mini-boss plus regular trash mobs encounter, a special, interesting plot-based encounter, or just like a boss or optional boss. Like you have, or, super boss, like, you have ways to go around them in such a tactically engaging, fulfilling, satisfying way that, well, doesn't fucking exist in other games. And that's why, partially why, all of those iconic fucking turn-based ATV games were so popular. Oh, it turns out that the gameplay system is part of what makes these games iconic? Oh my god. Who would have guessed? Yeah. No, it's... people are fucking stupid, man. I swear to god. Yeah. Anyway. That's my rant. Rant over. It's the same rant that I usually go on in this series. Just all condensed into one. Man. I think just based off of the way that the early reviewers are talking about Clair Obscura, and the way that they form their videos, and especially like titles and thumbnails, they're trying to seem positive, but it's very much like a fake positive. Like, there was this one video that I saw. It was, let's actually get a long ship ready. I want long ship and I want a portal mats. Do I have a sailing portal? Spawn view. Blank ones like that. Yag. Oh, mountain. Okay, well, let's change that real quick. And then I can have my blank portal for sailing. Okay. Mountain. That should be good. I'm not going to take a sip yet, because I need the rest of the portal mats. Honestly, I should have... I'm wasting rest of the time. I should have grabbed portal mats and then gone through and changed the name. Okay. Cores. Take from here. I need 20 more fine wood. Here we go. I'm getting a little low on that. Eyes. Here we go. And then a workbench. And just grab it from here. Oh, my inventory's full. Holy shit. And let's just go through. Mountain, which is upstairs. Where's that? Here we go. But yeah. Oh man. Yeah, conflicted feelings, but still excited to see how the community goes with Clair Obscura Expedition. I don't know, man. I really do think that I should have portaled. I should have went through the Hilder spot. I'm a fool. Oh my god, I'm losing it, man. I'm losing my sanity talking about these fools, about developing and enjoying turn-based RPGs. Turn-based JRPGs. I'm losing it, dude. Because I feel like, to me, this is nothing groundbreaking. This should be pretty standard, pretty well understood among people who are really paying attention. I don't know. It doesn't feel like something too difficult. This is a beautiful boat launch spot. Couldn't get much more perfect than this. Okay. And I can just put the portal mats in there for now. Alright. Let's go back up. Real simple stuff. Damn. I had some sort of train of thought, but I lost it. I lost it. The silver mission. Oh well. Blizzard. Actually, the perfect time for a blizzard. Couldn't have had a better blizzard timing. Let's just take this slow in case there's any surprise wolves. I do have to be careful because with upgrading my shit, if it's silver, you know, I'm gonna need the forge upgrades with iron. Oh, I didn't need to go down. Let's just double check here. We're good, we're good. Okay. There might be an extra silver vein, but I'm really not sure. So I think the maximum I can hold is like 23? 23 or 22? 22 on this character because of all the potions and shit. Alright. Okay, so now I have to go all the way down. This is going to be tricky. Mountain running, especially going downhill, so precarious. And most of the time, you don't have to worry about the downhill if you're experienced enough, like I am. You have to worry about accidentally triggering sticky keys, trying to be efficient. Thankfully, once you get to these good flats here, it's impossible to fall off, but getting to any steep area, yeah, it's an issue. Okay. Alright, we're chilling now. Alright. And I'll have egg through soon, so this will be really simple. Thankfully, I also have just a super high run level. Okay, there's Hilder. Probably should have marked the boat on the map for just pure efficiency in terms of running, but I can do that now. Thankfully, no allergies have come over me, even though I've been yapping. It looks like it's like the daylight is starting to fade, which is weird. I'll get one more batch of silver down, and then I think I might have to sleep. I'll pop Yag in the morning. Gotta be a little bit careful here with my stam. You get into a situation like that, low-ish stam, don't try to spam jump. You can just slowly run up the side and it's going to be more stam efficient. Okay, so now we take 18. Drake. Bit of a tricky area here. Yep, another tricky area. And we're good. Alright, made great time. It's really starting to get dark now. Bro, I didn't mark the boat. What am I doing? I can bring this black metal back too. Why not? And now it's nighttime. Alright. You know, probably should just set up the portal here because it's here. It's just more convenient, even if slightly. Might as well. Oh yeah, my train of thought. I remembered. Thank God I don't get to disappoint any of us. I would be disappointed. Shit. So the thumbnail in the title that was disappointing to me, that like not disappointed, that actually showcased I think some sort of disappointment in the creators who have some sort of early demo build access to Clair Obscur Expedition 33. The title was, "This might be my JRPG of the year." A good turn-based party, JRPG style game, if it's really excellent, should be gassed up as game of the year. People should be saying, "Oh my God, Game of the Year," just like people were saying with, what is it, Metaphor ReFantazio. People should be saying, "Holy shit, Game of the Year." But, you know, one of the main titles that I saw, one of the first results that I saw, this might be my JRPG of the year. Like, oh man, or not even my JRPG. I think it was just, this might be JRPG of the year. Like, what do you mean, boss? What do you mean? What do you mean? We're putting these extra qualifiers on this. Are you saying it couldn't be Game of the Year? Are you saying you're not confident that it's even your JRPG of the year? Unreal. So, that doesn't give me too much confidence over it. What I see, obviously I told you about like the gimmicks and things, and I'll go in more detail, but I'm not confident in it. Like, there's only so much Square spite that people have. There's only so much Square spite that even I have. I'm not going to arbitrarily spend $50, okay, to be like, oh, well, see Square, this is how turn-based RPGs should be made. Like, no. I'm gonna buy it if it's good, and I'm gonna enjoy it if it's good, and I hope it's good. I hope it's excellent. I hope it's Game of the Year good. But it doesn't seem like even the people that got the early build are particularly hella excited for it. So, big concern there. But yeah, no, it's just like QTE minigame style of combat on top of a turn-based, which doesn't exactly showcase confidence in the turn-based system that they have, in the depth that it goes into. And that's a damn shame, because it should go into great depth. It really should. Let's pop back through. You know, we should have, like I've said ever since 1991 with Final Fantasy IV, a great depth in SCU elements. And it does have some SCU elements. I've seen from the demo build so far in the trailers, we have abilities that stun enemies and bosses. That's huge. You know, it's more of a control element that we get for bosses in Valheim. Even though Valheim is, you know, not to be in a terribly insulting way, but it has enough depth, but it doesn't have absurd depth in combat. It has enough depth to be really cool and interesting. But when I look at the old school, it's like, okay, we have like Shell, Blind, Protect, Haste, Slow, Reflect, Float. You know, there's so many more options that we have. Like being able to steal items with Edge from Final Fantasy IV, that's utility. Exploiting the cape with the Rubicante, that's huge utility. All of these things come together to create the foundation. Not necessarily the ultimate experience, but the foundation of what would become a really great experience. I forgot, like Berserk, Silence. Like, there's so many more options that provide great SCU elements. And I think, yeah, I have it written down in my document here under SCU elements, which is bolded and has 3 exclamation points. There's the parry, dodge, and counter system. That's all like what's that? Support based or utility based. It's like, yeah, you get to dodge some. That's nice. Every single person is like a super evasive monk style archetype, in addition to what they already are. That's cool. I appreciate that. But then we also have a slow debuff, we have a powerful buff, we have a defenseless debuff, and we have a stun control debuff. All of these things are immensely interesting and actually provide a solid depth in combat, which JRPGs, especially party-based ones like this, really need. Especially pure turn-based games like this without ATB. They need that depth more than anything. And I'm kind of worried because that's only 4 that we've seen so far. I'm kind of worried, man. I really need more from that. But shit, at least it's there. This shit like does not exist in some of these other more modern turn-based games that people got all nostalgia hype for. It's like, why does fucking Valheim have more depth in combat in terms of SU elements than a modern style turn-based that's trying to emulate the greats of the past? It doesn't make any sense. You know, why does Elden Ring have more access to control than these like heavy nostalgia inspired turn-based games? When you look at the past elements of whatever they're trying to be inspired by, it's like so much more control and support, SU elements as a whole. There's so much more. And then it's just non-existent from these current ones. And I think part of that is sadly because of Chrono Trigger. Chrono Trigger doesn't have much of any SU elements, and I was just like, I'm not interested. You know, it's neat, it's interesting in some ways, but I need proper depth in combat, and it just didn't provide that. So that was sad, but it's super gassed up. Like, Chrono Trigger is gassed up to be one of the most popular JRPGs of all time. Guess what? Chrono Trigger's got ATB, by the way. It has ATB, guys. Like, what the fuck? Anyway, besides the point, Chrono Trigger, because it's hyped up, it has ATB but has no SU elements. I think a lot of modern JRPG designers, like game devs, really think that they can get away with not having it. They really think that it's like, oh yeah, we can just have all of our moves be like a million different flavors of damage. Like, have our game be less interesting than fucking Pokemon when it comes to depth in combat. Oh yeah, no. That'll really sell our copies. We'll make money now. We'll have great success now. Like, the reputation of Sea of Stars is actively plummeting because people play the whole experience and it really does not have that much depth in story, which is like the death blow to these games. People soured on the gameplay. People also soured on the non-existent character writing and story. And my god, did I see that shit a mile away. And I think I'm seeing it also a mile away with Clair Obscur Expedition 33. Even though I have a big list of things that I want to talk about, I still don't think that it's going to end up doing particularly well. I really don't. Even though I want it to do well, I really don't think it is. I really don't. So yeah, I'll list off the rest of the stuff that I have in my document right now, just so I can get it over with. I know I could have made the Clair Obscur Expedition talk and rant a whole video on its own, but that's not exactly the style that I'm going for with this channel over something that, like, might get me fucking brigaded by a bunch of people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about in JRPG terms. A bunch of totally delusional freaks in my comment section. I'm not interested in that, you know? Really not. So, I think it has a fine... My yap has a fine place in this series in particular. And then most other series that I do is going to be generally just calm, chill Valheiming and just analysis and breakdown of whatever's to come. But I'll list off my positives. I think the monster and the boss visual design is incredible. They look awesome. Just the ambient design is like really cool. The areas look great. For the most part, I'll get to the negative elements of the visuals later. Sound design is pretty fantastic. The color is phenomenal. Voice acting seems good. The UI in terms of the character and enemy health and mana bars and such, they look good. I know it's such a minor thing, but they look good. They were manageable yet solid skill trees. Nothing absurd like Final Fantasy X or, God forbid, Final Fantasy 13 skill trees. No thank you. And then there's all the SU elements that I mentioned before. The interesting thing, what's super utility based about the parry and dodge system is that if you successfully manage these things, they give you resources. They effectively give you mana. Not only do you avoid an attack and potentially counter, you also get resources in return, which is actually really cool. It might get old, but visually, not bad. And mechanically, that's utility. That's utility. It is an SU element. Fire. And it's always on, basically. I really dig that. Now, I have some negatives and some kind of, well, we'll go over more game design negatives and then some more visual design negatives. So, I think the overly flashy UI is, you gotta relax. You gotta relax with this Persona style UI. I understand it seems like I'm talking more visual, but when you're cutting away from the big, awesome looking enemies look, so that you can open a fucking epic menu, stop that. Have some confidence in your enemy and boss design that you've already nailed to such a degree. And get rid of these flashy. I want a menu that I can navigate with good quality of life, some nice shortcuts, and that I can just have a bunch of abilities all set up for me. I don't want to have to be like, well, let me have my active abilities now that I pick, and then I'll have these ready. No. If you're going to offer me a bunch of abilities, they need to be a huge variety. I'm talking a enormous variety. Like a Kingdom Hearts 2, even though that was action-oriented, you could select from a ton of different abilities, active or passive. You look at Final Fantasy IX with its crystal system, which clearly inspired that Kingdom Hearts ability system. You have a shit ton of passive options that you can learn and select from that actually have enormous impact on your battle, on your journey. Amazing. Can't give that system of ability crystals enough praise, whether present in Cage 2 or Final Fantasy IX or what have you. Very good system. I don't want to have certain selected options and then be limited to that in a turn-based, party-based JRPG. And no. Give me the full Monty. Let me pick when the moment's right, and then I can prepare via my gear. That's what I want preparation-wise. And then I can also prepare through my knowledge and understanding the quests, understanding the map layout, being able to put my exploration to good use to find specific gear, and then be able to have that make huge impacts on the encounters that I might get into or will get into later on. That's what I want my preparation to impact. But my active abilities, you better let me have a shit ton of them. If we're going to sacrifice all of that in order to have smooth, flashy menuing, get rid of the flashy menuing then. Give me ordinary menuing with a ton of abilities. And this is why I put it under the game category and not under the visual category. This is a game issue disguised as I'm just making a visual flair choice option. I'm just making my own dev design choices based off of what I've seen and enjoy in other games. It's like, dude, we have quality of life and shortcuts for this. We have quick scrolling through certain keys for this. It's so fast. to be able to navigate a menu if you know what you're doing, and it's not hard to know what you're doing. Having limited options in active abilities in order to facilitate a flashy and smooth menuing experience, when the alternative was just more shit that you could do, more strategy and more skill that you could have, with also the same amount of smoothness in the menuing system. No, that's actually a huge problem that goes under the radar. This is not just some sort of casual design choice. This is something that could impact the game extremely negatively in options. And yeah, you could just be like, oh, well, I have to prepare these different abilities, and I have to, okay, why don't I just have access to all of them and then just give me a wide variety of gear? Okay, you give me headgear, chest plate, gauntlets, leggings, and boots. Leggings and boots, you can split them up. Champions of North and Champions Return to Arms split them up. Boom, 5 pieces of gear, plus a weapon, maybe even a shield. That's 7 pieces of gear. And then you could also have relics, like Final Fantasy VI, or rings, like fucking Dark Souls and Elden Ring, like talismans in Elden Ring. And then, you know, that's 4 more options. So you could have 11 different things to worry about. And, my god, it would be more than enough preparation. Like, okay. We have in Valheim 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we could have one-handed one-handed option and shield, or two-handed option with some variety there. If we turn-basify this, God forbid, we have 4 armor slots basically, and then one relic slot, and we could have a two-hander or a one-hander and shield. So that's 5, 6, or maybe even 7 options to equip. Guys, I don't see that. I don't see that as an option present in this game upcoming. I don't know, man. If you're just gonna make the menu convenient, but strip away our gear options so that you can have preparation, quote-unquote preparation decision making that you have to make in order to make the menu flashy? Holy shit. Tragic design. Absolutely tragic game design. I hope that's not the case. I hope that it's just a smooth menu, flashy menu, and we still have a shit ton of options in terms of, hello Leviathan, in terms of robust commands to use actively in combat, in terms of robust maybe passives, in terms of robust gearing and kit making. I would love that. However, it's not looking good. It ain't looking good, bruv. Okay? Open field encounters, I don't like that. Okay? Random encounters were fine. Why was it fine? Because then you have that oh shit moment, and you can prepare on the fly, and you can react, and you can really take advantage of what might be a negative encounter and display some good skill. And you don't have that oh shit moment on the field if you don't have these random encounters, okay? You might have a moment with unknown enemies. It's like, oh, well, I don't know these enemies. It's an oh shit moment because I don't know them. And they're strong, or what have you. You might have a oh shit moment when you have like a mini boss that you can see. It's like, oh, this guy. Oh no, I don't like the looks of that. Oh shit. But getting into an encounter and it's all of a sudden a mini boss type enemy with some trash mobs to the side, and being like, oh god, I need to step it up right now, spend some good resources and get through this. That is spicy, and that's what you get from random encounters. Now, people don't like random encounters. Sometimes I don't like random encounters either. Why is that? I'll tell you straight up. It is the encounter rate. So just have items that you can turn on or off, that you get. You might start off with some that might be lesser quality, that might manipulate the encounter rate higher or lower, depending on which one. And then you upgrade them over the course of the game to where you are slowly but surely. Ooh, let's take a stop at this island here and portal back and sleep. But yeah, you get to the point where you have relics or certain whatever quality of life item where you can entirely turn off encounters or maximize encounters if you want to grind or look for certain items or gear that you might get from certain enemies or encounters, or just turn them off because you think you're at a good level already and you think you're good, you're satisfied, you're ready. This is the difference. Okay, you still get that oh shit moment, but you have quality of life. That's the fucking difference, okay? And it shouldn't be too hard to be able to set that up. It really shouldn't. Because plenty of Final Fantasies already have those relics that allow you to turn encounters completely off. That already exists. So, having these open field encounters be guaranteed at certain spots, you know, just like Chrono Trigger. Ooh, Chrono Trigger. I'm not interested, okay? I understand I could prepare for them. But that oh shit moment, I want that oh shit moment, dude. I really do. I really want these moments where I'm like, okay, damn, I have to adapt and figure shit out and gain an understanding of the encounter and my party members and how do I navigate this. But if I have encounters open in the field, I'm like, damn, I kind of know what to do. I kind of know already what's going on. It's super easy to adapt. Have all the time in the world before my pure turn-based encounter begins. Like, what are we talking about here? It's already a pure turn-based game. Chrono Trigger kind of made sense because it was ATB even, and you still had to work shit out, even if it was a pure damage fest in that game. Aside from like some, like two abilities. Jesus Christ, so limited. Yeah. But for the love of God, what is up with we'll be able to have these actions you can take. You can take your main character and snipe a weak spot and get some free hits in. Wow. Awesome. That sounds really skillful. That sounds like it really lets me adapt to the encounters ahead of time. That sounds like it really makes me interested in what's to come and not just allow me to breeze through everything. But if it's not letting me breeze through everything, you know, then we're not really making trash mobs trash, are we? And that's another problem. Trash mobs gotta be trash. If we don't understand that, I don't know, I'm sorry. It's just, that's a big dev flaw if they don't get that. You have trash mobs. I'm not gonna explain. I've said that so many times. I literally said it last episode. Trash mobs are good. Trash mobs are important. Anyway, let's keep sailing back. Alright, get some wind here. Just a little bit of wind, however. Oh, we got one swamp tree there. Let's avoid that. But anyway, the really shallow pre-encounter advantages, they do not leave me with a good taste in my mouth going forward. I don't think that I'm really going to be interested in the set encounter design if it's going to be such a limited interaction as a result, and we're just going to take away the adaptation aspect. We're gonna arbitrarily limit the adaptation aspect that we once had. Like, no, okay, sure. Whoa, hello, hello. Holy damage, Batman. You know what? I'll let you catch up. Sir. Meat. Stop, stop, stop. Let's turn around. Let's turn this bitch around. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Serpent meat. I don't need the scales right now. I'm not gonna go particularly scale heavy. Could I run Serpent Scale Shield come Mistlands? Sure. But I can just hunt down serpents for that as well. When the time comes, when the time comes. For now, I'm trying to get the Silver Helm. Okay, let's go a little wide, and then I want to start to turn around to make this a little easier on myself. Because I have momentum, because I have wind. Let's turn around like so. You should have enough stamina to just swim out and back. Hello, hello, hello. I think this is just 5. That's still good. Yeah. I might drown a little bit. No, I'll be good. Alright, huge Debbie. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Back home. That sneak attack arrow, just a wooden arrow, just notched it for half its health. I know they only have 400 HP, but damn! That was a swift serpent kill. Now let's just go around this. The RPG stats in that game seem a little limited. I think it's just like strength or whatever equivalent. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, I'm going the wrong way. It's like strength, magic, like defense, and like one other, when it could all be like stretched out, and not in a bad way, in a very good way. Like the gear just provides a bonus to those stats on top. Like it's not like some interesting formula. It's just linearly just, okay, we're just going to add whatever armor right on top of your natural defense, and that'll be it. And there might be like that added to formula, you know, from enemy damage, but it doesn't make me seem like the stats that you have character-wise are going to matter as much as the equipment that you have. Or maybe vice versa because of that. Like with a more complex formula, 2-star neck. With a more complex formula, you can really showcase how both of them matter a great deal, even without going into the territory of talking about secondary benefits, which I don't know if they exist or not yet on gear. Don't know. But right now, from what I've seen, and this could just be the demo build, or things could change in the base game, or it could flesh out to be better in the base game. But it just looks like the limited RPG stats make any sort of like proper build making or investment in actual character stats not as impactful as whatever gear that you get. And honestly, I want both of those things to be impactful in my RPGs and my JRPGs or what have you. I want both of those things to be good. Simple as that, you know? Souls games do it well. Souls games do it very well. And they're not even turn-based. They're very action-oriented, so you can, most of the time, have very limited to no armor even, equipment-wise. And just still have a great old time because it's just a solid design action game as a foundational system. So, hey, you can still run around and dodge well and counter and get your attacks in on the enemy openings, and you still find great success and domination. And that obviously doesn't exist to as much greater extent in most JRPGs. It might exist because we have now the dodge parry counter system with Clay Obscure Expedition 33. It might be, more interesting with stats that wise, but like, if you're gonna have it built like that, where you could succeed even without armor, why not separate them and have them do different things and have there be potential for more of a tanky experience, or just showcase gear with a ton of secondary benefits, so that you could be very offensive in nature because you have all these scrappy, evasive, god damn it. Oh, here we go. Come on! You can do it, Longship. There we go. This is what I have to do. We gotta go one furl up. Anyway. Yeah, it's also concerning. It's like, yeah, I know, I understand. I've been saying, like, this game is very concerning and a bunch of different actual gameplay elements, and that most of my compliments come from the visual end of things. I understand. But I still somehow want this game to do well. Like, I still want it to be good. Like, I still play Final Fantasy 3. I've got 1,000 hours in Final Fantasy 3 Remake. Came out in 2006. Why? Because I enjoy it. It's pure turn-based, but it's got a great depth to it. Motherfucker, what have I done now? Come on, time to go over to the side. Oh, good God. Can I push this from the rock? No, I just go on it. Oh my God, please. I'm a little bit concerned about the 3 active party members as well. It doesn't seem like something that is that horrific when you consider Final Fantasy, what is it? Final Fantasy, oh, is it working? Final Fantasy 7 was 3 party members. Super iconic game. Fuck me, dude. Alright, let's reverse. Final Fantasy 8, even though 8 had a bunch of other issues, 3 party members was never really usually a problem. Final Fantasy 9 was 4 members. Most of the Final Fantasies were 4 members when you get to like proper turn-based. Most of them were 4. But Final Fantasy 4 had 5 party members, and that was never an issue. And it was just more shit that you could do. So I don't understand why they went to 3. Oh, shit. Oh, thank God I missed it. I don't understand why they went to 3. And I totally understand why they went back to 4 with 9. And then, for some fucking reason, they went back to 3 with 10. Good lord. Getting through. Just barely. Oh, the shallows. Shallows are a little rough here. I might have to mine some more in this, but we made it. Fucking heck. Oh, we're really struggling with these shallows here. It's unfortunate. Let's accelerate now, try to get into that little natural point here. Jesus, it's taking damage, man. Okay, we're here. Hooray! How much health does this thing have? Oh, a great amount still. Fantastic. Alright, silver and black metal. Let's just granny walk this in for now. And I can just kind of keep a lot of this in here. Oh, this is going to be exciting. Alright. Let's get this serpent meat away. Actually, I could cook it up now. No. Where's the old serpent meat that I have? Oh, I cooked it up in the serpent stew already. 6! Nice. I didn't realize that. We got 6. These portal mats can go away for now. Add them to the cart. Might as well. Whoops. And come on, more. Let's fuel up the coal. I know I can grab more in the swamp, and I will do that next episode. Run 93, you love to see. But yeah, there are more things that I'm concerned about as I wrap this episode up. But 3 party members I'm concerned about because if one of your party members dies, especially in like a set order based game like Final Fantasy X or a relatively set order, it's very easy for your party to spiral into a party kill situation where your entire party gets wiped. It's very easy. Look at those recipes. Because usually, even if it's ATB, if it's pure turn-based, then what you get to do is you have to wait for whatever enemies to do whatever else they can do, and then you can revive your party member. But if you don't have another party member that acts immediately afterwards, then the next action from whatever enemy or boss, if they have something queued up, they can just kill that party member again, and you just wasted resources. Do you see the problem? You can get into an infinite loop where your time gets wasted, your resources get wasted, your consumables get wasted, and then you die anyway. Your party gets wiped anyway. And so I'm just so confused. Like, in ATB-based games, you don't have this issue nearly as much. It's still an issue, and I'll say why in a moment, but it's not nearly as bad. But it's still bad. If you have party members on standby, and you probably should if you're getting low or if you're worried if there's a big boss and you don't know what's going on, then if you have 2 members on standby, you can very quickly input Q, one after the other, a revive, and then a big heal. So that not only is that party member that just got downed revived, but is healed out of a range where they can get easily down before the boss even has a chance, or the enemy or whatever even has a chance to do anything. That's part of the beauty of ATB. Again, super smooth, really, really, really obvious stuff. If you know ATB, you know how that works. But when it comes to 3 party members, you're still only doing a neutral... Ooh, we got a duplicate. You still only have a neutral action there. You've gotten back to normal in terms of combat. You haven't made any progress in terms of actually taking out the enemy or the boss. Yes, you may have gotten some knowledge, but maybe the enemy or boss got lucky. Maybe they got a crit, or maybe they've arbitrarily targeted damage on one party member, or what have you. Maybe you've gotten nothing from that knowledge, or gotten no knowledge at all. So, what happens? Well, you've gone nowhere. You've used resources and you've gotten nowhere from it. You've gotten back on track, but essentially you've just gotten back to neutral. But if you have 4 or more party members, that 4th party member is poised to launch an attack or get a buff up. The party member can act so that, okay, now we know what this enemy can do. Okay, this 4th party member might do a buff or a debuff, or might attack so that we can make progress. Like, all of these things are present with 4 or more party members if shit happens, but just doesn't happen. It just is very unlikely to happen with 3 party members. Now, because there is the dodge parry counter system in Clair Obscura Expedition 33, it could be a skill issue, but at the same time, understanding the timings, patterns, and abilities of enemies or bosses you've just seen, and being able to adapt to it is going to be much harder regardless of that existing. It's still going to be harder purely because there are 3 active party members in combat. Simple as that. They could have decided to have more, and it would have been a more skillful, adaptive experience, and they just decided not to. Okay. Again, just an arbitrarily, unnecessarily added negative for no reason. Like, zero reason. Like, oh, quirky, we were gonna be quirky and not do that, or I don't know what the fuck. I don't know what the fuck you're thinking. No idea. Maybe they just wanted to be like, oh, look, 3 party members like Final Fantasy 7, or no, they probably wanted it to be more similar to Final Fantasy 10. But oh, look, just like Final Fantasy 10. Yeah. Man, I don't know. That was an issue in 10. That was an issue in 10. It was an issue in 7 to a lesser extent. It was an issue in obviously 8, but it was definitely an issue with 10. Okay, let's fill in the silver one more time. Now for the more subjective-oriented things. The modern graphics, man. People say, oh my god, modern graphics. Look how realistic it looks and everything. Or how realistic the faces looks. It's so AAA, guys. It's just gonna age shittily because it's not stylized in that way. The people aren't stylized. They're not gonna age gracefully at all. The enemy design will. The faces are not. The faces are going to age real poorly, real fast, and they always do. So, I don't know. More style, we get better. You know? It's why I don't understand when you look back at people. They're like, oh, I don't know, man. The Final Fantasy IX characters, they look a little childish, you know, compared to 7 and 8. Okay. None of that aged well either. But 9 is stylized, and we look at 7 and 8 now through the lens of style. When in reality, if you compare them now through the lens of trying to look realistic, they don't age well. It doesn't age well. It never ages well. So, going for style on the characters would have been better, and they didn't go for it. So, it's not going to age well. I already kind of see some jank, some uncanny valley. Ugh, not the best. Not the best. But moving on to our, further like, oh my god, AAA fidelity regards, guys. The motion blur is horrific. It's awful. The motion blur is god awful in that. At least the demo system. And why is it on by default? Absolutely god-awful. The overuse of particles, again, it's just particles for particles' sake. Get it out of my game. I want to be able to turn that shit off. The bloom is absolutely ridiculous, too. Oh, God. Bloom, 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 bloom. You better have an active slider for that. And why is it on like that for default's sake? Why? Why? Does not look good. Does not look good at all. Alright, let's see the silver shield recipe. This is what I've been looking for. 8 fine wood. Let's just grab a whole stack of fine wood and go to town. Let's get this upgrade, man. This is going to be a huge upgrade from the bronze buckler. I think I'm going to keep this regular style. I actually really like the way that the regular style looks. It emphasizes the sort of Ouroboros on it. Hell yes, dude. So we had 2.5x, so we're rocking 70 parry value. And yeah, it's not even close. Obviously, like, yeah, not even remotely close. But yeah, so much silver remaining. Let's get this bronze buckler away. I'm gonna decorate something with it in the future, as well as some of the other bronze stuff. LeBron's gear. Maybe I want a chest up now. I don't know. This is also a nice decoration. Oh, let's get rid of that. Let's dump this. Get this. Ooh, our farm is ready. Hooray. I just dumped this in a river. This should be far enough for it to despawn. Yeah, I don't see any radiuses, right? Nah, we're all good. Although, this is where we would see radiuses, right? Yeah, no, we're good. Okay. Alright. Final things. The running animation looks awful. It looks like we're just arbitrarily sluggish for no reason. At least for the main male lead character. I don't remember his name. Robert Pattinson looking guy. His running animation, especially on the overworld, looks tragic. The overworld's pretty neat. You know. Would love there to be some nice encounters there. Maybe there will be. Who knows. But it looks neat. I like that. Looks interesting. Do I have coal in for that? I think I added some. Let's do some farming. Farming time. And the living's easy. Let's see. I think that's it. I think that's everything. It's everything I had to mention about that game. All the positives, negatives, weird things. I'm really concerned for that game, but doing a demo test that's like closed, limited access, that's where you catch some of these things. Unfortunately, a good amount of them are so central to design. They're central design principles that I really don't think they're going to get changed. And as much as I want this game to be an absolute le banger, and I want it to succeed, I don't think it's going to. I think people are going to say, "Look, this is how Final Fantasy should be," and then the Pro 7 Rebirth and 16 crowd are going to be like, "Your game flopped. Look at the numbers." And then the Claire Obscure Expedition 33 guys are going to be like, "Your game flopped too. Look at those numbers." And I'm just going to be like, "Oh, it's almost like you all suck, and maybe you should try to actually emulate the good games of yore in that genre." Yeah, maybe we'll get there one day. Who knows? Let's plant some seeds, y'all. Huge seeds. Okay. We'll have to be very efficient about this. There's a lot. Okay. Let's go there. Carefully, carefully. I wonder if I can... No, not really. It's not very efficient of me. Missing requirement. I love that. 44. We can go 5, 6, 13 planted. Gotta be careful here with this intersection. Alright. And then the bends. Absolutely wonderful so far. Alright. Absolutely lovely. And we still have so much space for the future. I hear a grilling. There you are. Sorry, bud. You're a little too close. Didn't get that many duplicates that time. It's a bit unfortunate. I'm gonna have to repair my cultivator soon. Alright. Beautiful smelted silver. We got our Emir flesh. I'm gonna need to buy more for the Frostner. I think I only need to have a certain amount for just the crafting, not the upgrading. You can tell I haven't had the privilege of making a Frostner in a while. Let's check this bad boy out. 5. I might as well. Ancient bark. Was it 15 or so? 10. So I need 10 ancient bark, 5 glands. Well, the glands are down here. That's easy enough. I am going to skip Dragonfang. And ancient bark. Oh, I think I had some ancient bark in the other chest. However, let's actually bring all of this over. It's going to be more convenient to use in upgrading. And I'm definitely going to need more ancient bark too. Oh, I have a good amount. That must have been from the swamp. 1, 2, 3. Let's get the 5 of these. And we are ready for Big Daddy Frostner here. Absolutely beautiful. And that just takes a shit ton of silver to upgrade, yeah? Yes. Okay, what else do I want to make from silver other than the butcher's table, which I believe requires 2? Where are you? There it is. Yes. Definitely want to upgrade that thing. That thing being the Frostner. Silver shield's already maxed. Silver sword is a definite. Oh, fucking A, that's wicked expensive as it always is. Silver knife is a definite no. Crystal battle axe, crystal battle axe, crystal battle axe. Okay, there we go. The good old CBA. Can't be arsed. Let's make it. Just absolutely gorgeous weapon. I wouldn't be surprised even with Ashland's gear if this was still a lot of people's favorite looking weapon. Just beautiful. And Frostner. Beautiful. Gorgeous. Love it. Locke's cape. Yes. Okay. Let's put this back in the gear chest. Or the gear cart. Ooh, I'm gonna need another cart. Or some more barrels maybe. Yeah, let's put some of these in here. Yeah, let's put those in there for now. I'm definitely gonna need more in the future, but I can put those in there at the moment. Cape. I need that cape. 2? That might be an issue. I might need to hunt more locks. Ah, shit, I don't even have some over here. That's a mistake. Okay, the recipe's always here. Show me. Here it is. 6. Right. Well, I'm gonna put this here. Let's cook some. Oh, shit. Speaking of cook some. Butcher's table. Okay. Butcher's table. 2 ancient bark. I need 4 of this. 2 of this. 4 fine wood. Shocked I don't have any in here. Or do I? I do. That's what I thought. And I don't know why I'm just so inefficient running around my base. This is the perfect amount. I literally get the Locke's cape and I get the... Oh no, that's not the perfect amount. I have 2 more than I need. But still. What a great haul. Butcher's table, butcher's table. Oh, where exactly is this gonna go? I guess I can put it here, right next to you. Yeah. Because then I can still access this. Yes, I can. Absolutely lovely. Let's grab my onion soup. Oh, it's in the food cart. Right. Yes. Okay, we are chilling in terms of this. It's gonna be iron time again after well, I need to do some plains farming too. Next episode's gonna be plains farming. I'm gonna be locks hunting. That's gonna be fun. I'm gonna be crypt delving with the Frostner. Ooh, how exciting is that? Even at quality 1, it's gonna be hype. And man, oh man, I want that iron. Not just for the forge upgrades, but obviously for later stuff. Upgrading my... maybe I'll upgrade my pickaxe, maybe not. Seems pretty easy to just take the bronze and the iron quality 1. But I want more stuff, obviously, with iron. Especially with iron beams, because I want to make a lot of these square buildings not very square in the future. As per the initial rules of the run. Thank you guys for listening to my absolutely immense yap and rant about Clair Obscura Expedition 33 today. It was truly some strange form. And thank you so much for watching me do all my other fantastic shenanigans. I say fantastic, just talking about the game. Let you guys think what you want to think. Hope you enjoyed. And, man, feels good. Popping silver. Killing serpent, sailing back. Crafting with silver. Oh, we got the Frostner. Silver shield, finally. Gotta upgrade that iron mace too sometime. Oh, this is hype. This is hype. And, fun things coming. I'll see you guys some other time. Bye.